Hey everybody, it's Kay Farrar. I am here with a gumdrop. So we're gonna get right into it. But before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell. You don't wanna miss not one word. Let's go. He's going to examine, based on this parable, God is going to examine our productivity. What did we do with what he gave us? And if we look at this parable of the talents, the one that received 1 talent, what that person did, the other 2, it got increased and gave it to the Lord and they were rewarded. But the one that got 1 talent, which equated to $1,000, which was still a very good amount of money, this is what that person said to the Lord in this parable. I knew that you were a hard man, and that because you reaped where you had not sown, meaning that you were going to come and expect something that you didn't sow. Now, this is kind of interesting because how could that be? The Lord just gave him $1,000. So the thing that stood out to me, and I know this was agricultural times, and you can look at this differently, but what I saw in this was that the person was afraid and did not know the Lord. Because if he knew the Lord, he would have realized that he wasn't a hard man. What he was is he was expecting his servants to be productive and to not be afraid and to not be the kind of people that would close in. You know people who just hold on to everything that they have and don't want to do anything with it, don't want to invest it, don't want to spend anything, don't want to give anything. They're tight. They even look tight. They even look like they're in the fetal position versus people who live large. And the key that I want to call out about living large, knowing God. Because this person that just took his talent and sowed it in the ground, the Lord called him a wicked servant. And I'm seeing this in the scripture. When God calls somebody wicked and what he considers wicked, it usually somehow ties back to misunderstanding, not understanding, and not knowing the Lord, not really knowing his character. Whatever he gave you, you have the ability to do something with it. He wouldn't have invested in you if he didn't know he could receive a return on the other side. That's the kind of God that we serve. And this is the thing. You don't have to know everything. What you need to know is to know God and to be willing to trust him and go out and say, come on, we're going to do something. So we're going to try something. I'm not going to ball into myself. I'm not going to be tight. I'm going to be open. I'm going to live large. I'm going to be like, hey, what's going on? What's happening? Something, talk to somebody. Find out what's moving. Find out what's growing. Find out, what we can do with this resource that God has given us, and believe that God's going to lead you, that he's going to guide you. If he gave it to you, he's going to show you what to do. All right? If he gave it to you, he's going to show you what to do. You got to believe. You got to live large. You got to let go. You got to love. You got to move. You got to shake. You got to live life more abundantly. This is your word of encouragement. Live large. That is what God is expecting of you, to come back with more than what he gave you. Let's live large.
Jesus.